Yeah, we're on.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
All right. What's up, y'all?
You need to send the link to people.
Yeah. Wow, think about that is back. How crazy is it?
Literally, we've been pushing it off for so long that it became an inside joke to say, when are we going to do the podcast? That's actually really sad.
It really is.
But we're back. It only took about, 4 months. But wait, has it been 4 months or longer? Because think of the summer. No,
It was like July.
God, I can't add that far. I can't add that far.
All right, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about, well, actually, you know what, Rachel? New Year's resolutions. Think about that. What are we going to talk about today with that?
So, Cassy, what are your New Year's resolutions?
Okay, so my New Year's resolutions is that I just want to be a better person. I want to work more on my YouTube channel and this, whatever this is. It's not a podcast anymore. What is this? It's like a segment, right?
A slice of life with a spice of life. It's a segment.
Exactly. Okay, whatever. Yeah, the slice of life. I gotta work on this slice of life. You know what I'm saying? So, and I want to like work more on playing piano and guitar and just getting more into instruments. How about you?
Retweet.
Do you have a YouTube channel too, Rachel?
No! I mean, well, technically I do. No! Okay, so like, I just want to do everything. I want to do everything.
All right, I see you.
So I want to like draw more. I want to learn public speaking because I just think my social skills in general, not necessarily public speaking, but like talking to more people, I was fade in and out of that, and I want to actually like stick to it. Meditation. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because like I did research and there's actually like a lot of health benefits to it. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what how that would work. I want to try coding because I want to learn how to do it. Time management. Quit procrastinating.
Yeah.
Usual. Eat healthy. I already eat pretty healthy, I think.
I think we all could work on time management, really, and procrastinating. Because I don't really know anybody who doesn't procrastinate on some things, you know? And in public speaking, I'm kind of working on that too, because with my YouTube channel and everything, I want to work on how I public speak and how I tell stories. So I want to be a better storyteller.
You want to be able to articulate yourself properly.
Yeah. You know, our friend James is a really good storyteller. I want to be like him.
Retweet.
My goal. My role model.
That would have been such a good lead up and be like, oh, our friend James, and then have him, oh, why didn't you do that? You're so stupid.
Oh, I'm stupid.
No, we ain't getting into this right now.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Really. Give the people what they want.
Drama. Suspense. Comedy.
Yeah, Cassy, share your life story. Go ahead.
My life story? No, we're talking about New Year's resolutions. Stop, like.
We're talking about humor. What?
Oh. Okay. So, New Year's resolutions. Do you do them every year, or have you just started with them? Or, like, what's your whole history with them?
They kind of force you in second grade to make a list of things that you're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It all began there.
What?
It all began there.
Yeah, that's when it started. And then I just never cared because it was an assignment.
Right.
And then
So,
yeah.
So is this like your first time doing it again?
I mean, like, I probably didn't actually start thinking about it until maybe 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I always make up a list of things I want to do better.
All right.
So you can kind of call it a New Year's resolution, but I don't do it like when the new year starts. Like, I don't understand why people wait.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to do something, like, go do it. Although I do understand why people want to wait till the new year, because then it's kind of like, new year, new me.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Like, they actually did studies, and it's actually easier to, like, get into a routine or start a new habit or break a habit if you start on Monday. And the reason for that is because, well, Monday we consider like the start of a week because think of it start of a school day, start of work. So our brains kind of train that way. So I guess it's the same thing for the new year.
Are you reading the chat right now?
There's a chat.
Yeah, there are a few people on there, like Amelia, this guy Jacob, and William Kelly. They're all on there talking.
Do you know them?
I don't know Jacob, but I know Will, and obviously Amelia.
Shout out to Jacob.
Shout out to all my homies out there.
Shout out to my
I honestly didn't know there's a chat. Listen, we are new to this, okay? We're just figuring this out. Rachel, I need to figure out how you can get to the chat. I think if you're on the wait, I don't know what it looks like on your screen, but isn't there like a chat option where you can like view it?
My screen says chat. Oh, there we go. Oh. I can say stuff in the chat.
Do you see all the messages?
No, it just says group chat, and then hold on. I'm very confuzzled.
You're very confuzzled.
Indeed. So it says the group chat, but it doesn't say there's anyone in it. Someone say something.
She's saying you friggin' nugget and like banana and stuff. I can see it on my phone, but on my computer I can't. But do want to say hi to everyone you're watching our live stream right now. If you're just joining, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, just letting you know. But back to what we were talking about. I do. What is like a skill that you want to learn in 2019? Is there any like new talents or skills you want to pick up?
Everything I'm not talented at already.
Coding is actually pretty interesting. I've been wanting to learn coding for a while, but I'm kind of the person where it's hard for me to wrap my mind around certain things like that, especially math. So yeah,
math and coding, I feel like are the same thing. Just because once you understand what you're doing, I mean that's basically it. Because it's it's basically just following directions, honestly. Like, if you know how to follow directions, you know how to code, you know how to do math, you know how to, like, just slay life.
True, we also need to, like, actually have a brain and know how to think and how to get from point A to point B. Because it isn't all black and white.
There's so many shades of gray out there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, God.
Okay. Some skills I want to learn. I do want to touch up on my Spanish. I do want to get a little bit better with that, even though I quit Spanish this year.
Hola. How are your llamas?
Yes. And I want to get better at like photography and just all the camera aspects. that you can think of, like videos and whatnot. So I do want to get better with that, and art, and art. So yeah.
That's fine.
And I also said like instruments earlier. You can add that in too. You know, I got a busy 2019, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that kind of person where they say they're gonna do all these things but then not do it. You know?
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually would rather just do it instead of say it.
I think we should what's the word? Bring back Nike.
Just do it.
Just do it. I need to set that as my wallpaper at some point. Remind me to do that.
Yeah, of course.
I found this list of self-improvement things I wrote about, oh god, how long ago? Maybe last year. Yeah, I think last year, so this is perfect. Okay. It's really funny to see what my priorities were at the time. So I'm going to just go through this list. So this is really weird, but the thing that's at the top of my list is be more like my idols, and I have that crossed out. And I just find that really interesting.
Very interesting. Who are your idols?
At the time or now?
At the time.
Simon Cowell.
And you think you've accomplished being more like him?
Girl, I crossed it out. I was like, no. I actually had like a list of my idols, and I have to find that list at some point. But I realized that I was too focused on trying to like get their qualities when I have too many of my own that are already good.
Aw, cute.
Yeah. So cute. So cute. Anyway, and then I also have be more organized, which I think I definitely am. My room just got organized. And then like with school, I have all my papers in the right folders. I'm not an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, it's good to not be an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, Cassie, you should learn from that.
Okay, what is this? Rose Cassy or?
That's another segment. Podcast number 2.
Podcast. I actually found an old list of things that I actually made in 2017. I haven't looked over it yet, so I'm gonna look over it now and see if I did anything and see like what my kind of goals were. To give you an example. So, yeah. Oh god, everything is falling apart. Okay.
Now's not the time to discuss your problems, Cassandra.
Okay. So I have to improve, which means like read more, listen to more podcasts, learn, practice things I need to practice, work harder, be more open, travel more, and talk more, which is kind of ironic in a way.
More.
More. And then I wrote down this quote, and it says, "Make it happen, shock everyone. I'm ready to face the truth. I'm ready to let it change me. I'm ready to accept it. I'm ready to let it free me." Which is quite interesting to me, because it just, I mean, in a way, it did happen, because I did face more reality in who I am and what life is like. But I don't think I ever became more open. Right? So, some of my goals, my actual goals that I wrote down, was to thank my teachers more, which I do want to talk about that, because I feel like people don't thank their teachers as much as they should, because teachers really do a lot, but there's some teachers that, you know, don't really do quite as much as they should and aren't the best, but we don't have to talk about that.
Shout out.
Their teachers, because they actually use their most of their year to try and help us, so that's cool. And I wrote down, finish art you start, and to be kinder to people, go to the library more, learn to code. I actually wrote that down.
Ooh.
And I did write a 100-day Duolingo streak. Do you know what Duolingo is?
Oh yeah, I have the same app.
Yes. So I wrote that down. For those of you who don't know what Duolingo is, it's like a language app where you can learn, I don't know how many languages, but I basically used it to learn Spanish. And then I wrote down to drink more water, to read every day, and to help people more. So that's your little insight on my mind and how I like to make goals.
I think one of the big things about goals and goal setting is that, okay, so procrastinating and all that. Okay, everyone does that, and it's okay to admit that. But I think the reason it happens is because no one wants to start it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what I mean is that everyone says they're going to do it, and then they just keep pushing it off. Like, they haven't even picked up a pencil, and they're saying they want to, like, do better with their art or whatever.
Right.
Or, like, they want to learn a code. They never even Googled a site to find where you can learn how to code.
So basically, the hardest part is starting.
That's actually true, though. Like, think of a project. You're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You're too busy complaining about how much you don't want to do it that you just lose sight of everything.
All right.
You know
yeah, I know what you're saying. I get that, because most of the things that we don't get done and that we want to work on, we just haven't really started or haven't really tried to do at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the main way that we all fail at things, because we don't want to really start it or keep going.
That's
like start a routine, you know?
Yeah. That's actually why I kind of, in a way, find New Year's resolutions so pointless, because we always, like I said before, we always wait for the new year. We're like, we'll start next year, okay? And then the new year comes, and then by February, you're throwing your New Year's resolution list out the window.
Right.
And then you're like, next year.
Yeah, and you just don't want to start.
Exactly.
You always wait for the next time it could be better for you. When really, you shouldn't wait for a good time, because a good time is now, always.
And I feel like New Year's resolutions are just a way to push off everything yet again. You don't have to wait till the new year to make a resolution or change in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a motivational speaker. But no, honestly, like, one thing I learned is that you should do it. I don't just mean get started. Okay, getting started, yes, you should do it right now. I mean, like, literally right this second. Like, if you can do it in 2 minutes, do it. It's 2 minutes of pain. 2 minutes. Just force yourself for 2 minutes. And if you can't handle 2 minutes of pain, get out of here. Get out.
Get out of here. No, I see what you're saying, though, because at first things are hard, but after a while, once you've been doing it, it gets better. I promise you, for everything that you do, because you know what they say, practice makes perfect, and repetition really does help you to grow in whatever you're doing. So.
Repetition for sure.
Yeah. And then it may seem like daunting, but it is worth it in the end for whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
If you really want to do it, then it must make you happy, or it must have some sort of benefit. So you shouldn't give up.
And, like, repetition, well, people don't realize this, but your life is basically repetition. Most of what you do is just autopilot.
True.
Like, okay, texting, autopilot. You're not really even thinking about doing it. You just do it.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Playing games on your phone, autopilot. Watching TV.
On your phone.
You got games on your phone. It's such a waste of time. I'm not saying it's a waste of time in general, but, like, you shouldn't just use time fillers for everything.
Right.
Like, if your life is just full of time fillers, you're not contributing anything.
Mm-hmm.
You need to constantly be improving and making yourself better. And obviously find enjoyment in that too, because there's, like, me and Cassie just named a ton of ways you can have a better year.
Mhm.
But I think the other problem is that we always just want to do everything at once. Like, we're going to do this. Like, starting today, I'm not going to eat junk food for a week. I'm going to watch no TV. I'm going to be on my phone for only 10 minutes a day. It's going to be great. I'm going to, do Duolingo every single day for 100 days. I'm going to do this. I'm going to code every day. I'm going to do all this stuff.
Mhm.
And then you get so overwhelmed because you don't know where to start. Because you can't go through an entire day of doing new things.
Yeah.
Because your brain just freaks out. Because it's not used to that routine. You have to slowly establish it.
Yep.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So, that's really all I have to say about New Year's resolutions. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
No, I'm just gonna say, if you have something on the list, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
2 minutes. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just 2 minutes. Sit down, do it, and probably once you get started, you probably won't even want to stop, and you'll continue doing it.
Right.
So
I have found that to happen.
Yeah, sit down. You want to play guitar for 2 minutes? Okay, 2 minutes. You still want to keep going. And then it eventually just creates this routine. Say to yourself every day, 2 minutes. There you go. And if you can only handle 2 minutes at first, that's fine. You're getting somewhere, then at least you're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Unlike most
And
people.
then hopefully the time will grow into like 4 minutes and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, a half hour, etc.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
yeah. Just like studying, like, actually it could be like that, or this could be a better example. I know that before school, I've always tried to get back into like my bed routine. So slowly I do like I usually go to bed like late in the summer, so I got like midnight, but then I do like 11:45 and like 11:30 and then like 11, and just like keep going back, but not like throw myself right into like 10:30. I have to like get slowly into it again.
Same with going on a diet. You can't just cut off soda, chips, ice cream, everything all at once. Like, you're going to freak out, and then you're just going to binge one time because you're going to be so overwhelmed.
Right. Yeah, that's what happens.
So I hope everyone's New Year's resolutions, you resolute them resolutions.
Did you really just say that?
I don't know what the word even means.
I hope you all are successful at keeping with your New Year's resolution.
Yes.
2019.
Yes. Retweet.
Do you want to end that on that note?
Yeah, let's end it there.
It's a good beginning.
This is the end of our podcast, but not podcast. Whatever. This
Live
is our segment. But this is the beginning of a new era, I think.
I think so too. Will we stick to our New Year's resolutions for this? Let's find out on the next live stream of Rachael and Cassy. Think about that. All right. I'm signing off. See you guys. Bye.